Hey guys, Pet Zergling here alongside Daz, bringing you the third game of ZerO vs Luxury in the semifinals, and Luxury just handily beating ZerO twice in a row. I'm really hoping to see some back and forth action from ZerO. Maybe ZerO can take a game, but I really don't want ZerO to win the series. I think Luxury Stork or Luxury Jangbi will produce a much more interesting final. And while I want to see this series go to 4 or 5, I really hope Luxury can close this out soon. And I don't think, I think really this map is going to play towards ZerO's play style. He plays a very defensive Zerg in an early game, but then as the mid game and late game, well, late game of Zerg versus Zerg, but as the mid game goes on, he has that economic advantage and he has the defensive play that it pays off, and he's able to work that in. And Carthage seems like a real spaced out map. I don't think we've seen players do anything but a 12 pool or a 12 hatch on this map, just because I don't think 9 pool is really viable to punish really 12 hatches. The base distances, while they're somewhat close for air, there's those temples, and you really can't feasibly kill those with early Zerglings. And just to sync 2, 1, 0, so that you kind of have to go along the high ground, low ground, winding paths to get to your opponent's base, which I don't think really makes early Zerglings worthwhile. So I guess we're gonna have to see what both of these players decide to do. I want to see what Luxury decides on, if he is going to continue with this early pool aggression, or if he's going to go into 12 hatch and hope for the best, I guess.
I think Luxury is comfortable doing whatever. I don't think that, like, he has been aggressive so far in both of these games, but I think that he's only doing that as a reaction to what he's seen ZerO's playstyle is. I think he's just as comfortable playing the macro game, and we're probably going to see that here. I mean, macro game in ZVZ, but I mean as much of a macro game as you can play in ZVZ.
Right,
and I think he's still
base
pretty
build.
solid. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's just interesting to note that so far it seems that what ZerO's been really successful in doing is he plays kind of greedy. And he does it to the point where he baits his opponents into trying to attack him, or to trying to take some kind of advantage to try to kill him. And then he successfully holds it off and then carries that advantage and wins. And that's what he's been doing against most players so far. But that hasn't worked against Luxury yet. And Luxury's kind of caught him. He's done enough to kill him. And it looks like Luxury, he did go for the 9 pool. So I mean, he is going to be aggressive again in this game as well. And it's going to be a lot harder for him to do damage here, but you know, it depends. I mean, it's also true that because of the map distances are far, and because ZerO knows that, ZerO might be even greedier than he normally would be. So far he's going for 12 drones. If he puts down a hatch before the pool, then he might have a tough time holding off this is a 9 pool. And just let me get this straight, this is a straight 9 pool. Okay, he's going to hatch at natural. So he's going to be forced to cancel that hatchery, and hopefully he's going to be able to defend after that. This is one of the things about the base distance. He probably will be able to hold this off. He's going to see the Zerglings coming with his Overlord a long time before they actually start getting there. So he's probably not going to lose the game outright here, but he's going to be in a tough situation. And again, it's just like I was talking about. I mean, yeah, it's hard to be aggressive on this map because of the base distances, but both players know that, and because of that, ZerO is being extra greedy, and he's going to get caught here again. So, I mean, that's just one thing to note. It looks like, yeah, okay, Luxury he hasn't been mining gas that long, so he got speed before Lair. Unless I'm mistaken, and he could have mined 200 gas in that time? I don't think so. I think it was just long enough to mine 100 gas. Because he went pool before gas, am I right?
Right. And what time are you at? I'm at game clock 27, 28, 29. I actually paused.
Oh, really? Okay.
Am I ahead of you or behind you? You're way ahead of me, okay.
Yeah, I'm like 10 seconds ahead of you. Hey,
okay.
Pause for a bit here. And just to introspect on the fact that Luxury is going to have Zerglings streaming down the map at any moment, and ZerO's going to be in a really tough time to hold this. His lair is going up, so Luxury is going straight for the 1 base play. He's going to go straight into Mutalisks, and ZerO's getting his Sunken Colony up, so ZerO's going to be okay. He has cancelled the hatchery in his natural, so he's not going to die. And they're both going for the 1 hatchery build now. Well, he's actually going to go try to pick off some drones, and it all depends how many drones he gets here. This could hurt really bad. 2 drones. If he gets a 3rd drone here, it's going to be really bad. 3 drones down. Wow, that's really 4 drones. Oh my god! And he saves one of the Zerglings. That was incredible. And that's control for you, man. He had 4 drones killed by 6 Zerglings while there was a Sunken Colony there. And you know what? I think again ZerO messed up there. ZerO's control could have been a lot better. I mean, there's no reason you should lose 4 drones when you've got a Sunken Colony. I mean, you should have just drilled those drones he would have lost 1 or 2 that way for sure. But I mean, if he drilled
that
an
was
attack
way
with the
too
drones, he
greedy.
would have cleared them out.
He
just got
normally
greedy.
his defense is a lot better, and I've seen a lot of ZerO's plays, and he has no problem pulling drones to defend if he goes for a hatchery on a ramp map and he has to block his ramp or something like that. So I'm really surprised to see him sit there and try and mine through that. And now Luxury, when the massive amount of speedlings,
Wow,
and
so
ZerO
many
only
more.
has 4 Zerglings, 1 sunken colony, and Luxury's going to go in here again. It looks like he's targeting Zerglings, but there's a lot better drone defense there from ZerO. I don't think Luxury got a
that's
single
what he should've
drone
done the
there.
first time.
Oh wow, that was ZerO right there. That's really what he's been basing his play on, is going for that greedy opening and then being able to defend it with excellent micro. And I think Luxury maybe got a little bit greedy there. He expected that ZerO wasn't going to be able to defend that, and he could just follow up and kill him. So Luxury threw away part of his advantage, and yeah, ZerO's going to put down a hatchery. I think he's.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's just his greedy play, but you have to keep in mind too that Luxury kind of threw away a lot of the early Zergling advantage he had. But Luxury does have that Zergling speed, so he's going to have to rely on that to capitalize on his advantage to try and do damage to this hatchery.
His Spire is also way ahead.
Interesting micro here. Just kind of 2 or 3 Zerglings on 2 or 3 Zerglings, and now he's going to realize that that hatchery's there. So he's moving up with a single Zergling and attacking it. Spire's done, hatching some Mutilas, but he does only have 1 hatchery. So if ZerO can just hold on for a little bit longer, he can get some extra Scourge out of that hatchery. But I don't even know if he's going to have time. He didn't put down an evolution chamber. I don't know the Spire timings exactly. They're not clicking.
He'll be okay, but he's going to lose some drones. The Mutilas are going to be there.
That's not okay. If you lose a couple drones,
well, no, it's not okay.
That's pretty much game over, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're already really low on drone count. Both of them are. I think I'm seeing there's 7 drones. Yeah, 7 drones on minerals. So they're both already really low on drones. Okay, those are. It depends if he started Mutalisks there. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. But they're probably going to be Scourges. I don't think he had enough money to start that many Mutalisks anyway. He's going to lose at least 1 or 2 drones here, which is going to be really bad for him. And you know what though? Like I'm starting to wonder myself, what happened to the Overlord in Luxury's base? I mean, where is that Overlord? He should have seen this coming. Okay, he's lost so many drones now, and Luxury can just out micro these Scourge here, and he's gonna win the game, and it's gonna be 3-0. I mean, what happened to that Overlord? Why didn't he scout this? He should have seen it coming. I mean, how is it that he gets caught off guard so
realistically, he knew the Mutalisks were coming, and if he would have put down an evolution chamber and 2 spore colonies, he would have been completely out of the game in terms of economy. And it looks like he's doing whatever he can, pulling some Zerglings to try and attack Luxury.
Well, no, it looks like he didn't see it coming. Where's the Overlord? He didn't see it coming at all.
Oh, he doesn't have the Overlord in his base, so he probably pulled it to try and keep the Overlord alive because he knows he can't lose that. But when you see your opponent going for the pool, I mean, when they start morphing the lair, you know exactly when their Mutalisks are going to be out. So it's not really a matter of having the Overlord.
Looks like he mistimed it.
He has no. Well, what could he have done? He put down the Spire as soon as possible. He just took so much economic damage from that initial.
You know, I think it would have been a good idea to go Evo Spore because I mean he had the extra 300.
But he couldn't have. Look, he has 5 drones, bro. Do you see his drones on minerals?
He had the extra 300 minerals and the drone to start a hatchery at his natural. He could have used that to go.
That's
Evo
true.
Spore. So I mean, because you see, Luxury did one hatch completely, and we see the advantage of it. Oh wow, what a great snipe! Wow, that's great drone sniping. Perfect control by Luxury. Yeah, those Mutalisks seem to have twice as much range with him. And I mean, there's just no way that ZerO's going to be able to hold this. He's trying to do a good job to micro it, but it's just impossible. Yeah, that wasn't even close. What a slaughter. GG. And Luxury just creams him. So, I mean, boy, were we right. I mean, I don't think we've ever been as right as we were just now. ZerO finally not fucking making us look like idiots. And finally losing a series to someone. But wow, you know what? I
don't want to say I'm glad to see somebody lose, but I'm glad to see Luxury win. You know, I guess Luxury's just been doing so well lately, and it looks like we're seeing the very first contender of the finals. Luxury moving on, and he's going to be playing a ZBP against the winner of Stork and Jangbi. Both of those guys, I would say Jangbi more so for PvZ, but Stork more so for PvP. So I think we're going to see a Luxury Stork final. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, sure, Jangbi definitely has a shot. Not to say Stork is going to walk over Jangbi, but I'm really looking forward to see a Stork versus Luxury finals because for the most part, we've just seen Zergs rip apart Protosses throughout the group stages and the qualifying rounds. And the only real victory I remember, I mean, we saw Cal lose, we saw all these players lose, and Stork barely beat Quanro 2-1. So I think Luxury is going to have the advantage in terms of momentum, but Stork is a really good tournament player, you know.
And his PvP